guys, and welcome back to Journey to Med. For those of you who are new here, my name is Liddy and I'm a second year medical student. In today's video, we are going to be talking about things not to do during your UCAT prep. I feel like there is so much advice out there about things you should do, which is all amazing, but let's talk about things that you should not do and things that you should definitely avoid and stay clear of during the UCAT. So starting with the first thing you should not do during your UCAT preparation, that is to take on every single bit of advice and end up getting overwhelmed. Take UCAT advice with a pinch of salt, especially when there are so many resources out there, so many techniques out there. The last thing you want to do is get overwhelmed. When I first started my UCAT prep, this is something I really struggled with. Some of the advice I would hear would literally contradict another piece of advice I heard a few days ago. Like, it was just a lot to consume. So what I did to help me with this was just narrow down my resources. Like, I filtered out which YouTuber I was going to be listening to. I filtered out which resource I was going to be consuming. It's so important to filter out the resources and the information you're consuming to avoid doing too much for yourself. It's about quality rather than quantity. It's better to have 2 resources that you find very useful than to have 150 resources that you are taking nothing away from. So definitely take everyone's advice and recommendations with a pinch of salt, but at the end of the day, you've got to do your own research and make a wise decision on which techniques you're going to be using or which resource you're going to be relying on heavily. The second thing you should not do during UCAT preparation. Guys, do not go into UCAT prep without a study plan or a revision timetable put in place. I know some of you were gonna do it. I know some of you were planning to do that if I didn't tell you, and it's unacceptable. For important exams you've had in the past, you have done a revision plan, you have done a study timetable. The UCAT is no different. It is an important exam you are preparing for, so it's important to organize your time and sort out what time of the day do you wanna do UCAT prep? How many hours are you gonna spend on UCAT prep every day, every week? How do you want to structure yourself and your lifestyle around the UCAT prep? Having a plan will not only provide you with so much structure, but it will also reduce every form of franticness. The structure or timetable you put for yourself doesn't have to be extremely strict. Of course not, but having some type of structure will set you up to really optimize your revision and keep you on track to ensure that you're doing enough practice during the week. So guys, before I move on to the next part of the video, if you're enjoying this so far, hit that red button down below and subscribe to Journey to Med. The next point, oh my gosh, get ready to retweet it, get ready to frame it and put it on your wall. Do not, under any circumstances, and I will literally repeat this in every UCAT related video I make, do not sacrifice your mental health for the UCAT. Don't do it, lads. Do not do it. I know how bad you want to do well in this exam because it will open so many doors for you if you achieve that score that you want. But guys, you need to know when to shut the books and head home, because it comes a time where your brain literally can't consume any more information and you just need to be in a different space. But if you're anything like me, you will continue working and ignoring that part of your brain telling you that it needs a break, telling you that it's getting burnt out. And this is what we want to avoid. This is what we are not going to do this UCAT period. Your health is just as important as your knowledge, so make sure you're giving yourself that time to refresh, rejuvenate, and just try again tomorrow if today wasn't as productive for you. Cool. So moving on to the next thing you should not do during your UCAT prep. Don't jump into questions immediately without having any sort of background knowledge about it or without having some sort of technique to even approach it. I am so guilty of this. Guilty. I think it's so important to kind of know what to expect in each different section, to make brief notes on the different sections and then begin to do practice, because the whole point of practicing is to apply knowledge that you previously had and essentially improve it so that you can optimize your score. So walking into it blindly without actually learning what the individual sections consist of doesn't make any sense. Read about the different sections, read about what is required of you. And guys, one thing that can help you with this is Medify. I will never stop talking about Medify. I literally stan it so much because it's just an amazing UCAT resource that truly encapsulates everything. Medify have also kindly sponsored today's video, and for those of you who don't know what Medify is, it is a website that is there to help you throughout every stage of your application process, whether that be the BMAT, the personal statement, interviews, and of course the UCAT. In general, 2 in 3 people preparing for the UCAT use Medify, and there is a reason why this is the case. The UCAT resource on Medify has a learn section that tells you everything you need to know about the UCAT. So if you're like me and you're a BAFDonnie when you're beginning your UCAT prep, Medify is the place to go to understand exactly what it consists of, the different sections, the different timings. It has up-to-date information that you will need for your UCAT. It allows you to orientate yourself, and once this is done, you can go on to the practice section that has thousands of questions that you can practice with. With the UCAT, practice is so important, and the fact that it has a question bank with so many questions, both timed and untimed, is absolutely just, it's beyond me, guys. It's really beyond me. After you do a set of questions, you get to mark it, and it provides you with a detailed explanation for each question. If you got it wrong, you get to look at this and see exactly what you need to do to better your score for next time. The website also has an analyze section that shows you your stronger and weaker sections within the UCAT. This allows you to modify your revision according to what you're finding easy and what you're finding difficult, and you can pay more attention to those skills that you really need to improve. Medify is a paid resource, and the price differs according to how long you plan to practice. I will always say Medify is 100% worth the price because of the fact that it encapsulates every single thing you will ever need to know about the UCAT. You have all that knowledge and all that practice all in one place for one price. It doesn't get better than this. I am so excited to share that there is a school nominated bursary that you can apply for through your school. There is also a school group discount that you can check out. Make sure you click the link in the description box down below to check out Medify for yourself. The last thing that I do not recommend you do during your UCAT prep is wasting your mock exam. And when I say waste it, I mean doing mock exams when you're not ready. It makes sense to practice, build up the skills, and then do the mock exams, because when you do the mock exams, once the skills are built up, that's when it will be the most useful to you, and you can replicate exactly what to expect on the actual day. For the UCAT, there is definitely a finite amount of mock exams available, and I think it's so important to reserve these for the last few weeks leading up to your actual UCAT date, so that you can replicate it in exam conditions and get a realistic score that represents what you might get on the actual day. But guys, those are all the tips and tricks that I have for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you was able to take something away from it. If you enjoyed this video, then remember to like, comment, and also subscribe to Journey to Med. I'll be sure to see you guys for a new video next time. Guys, side note, I hope you noticed my new backdrop. Like, obviously I just wanted to try something new, like what is the definition of practicing? Those of you who are new here, my name is Liddy and I am a second year medical student. Why did I say it like that? I am a second year medical student. Ew.